Okay, we're going to continue on in our Father's Word today. This is Genesis chapter 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteousness before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and the beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Of fowls of the air by sevens, and the male and the female. Now 7 means in biblical numerics, spiritual completeness. To keep their seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. 40 means probation. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. So that's Noah, his 3 sons, and their wives. So that's 8 souls with the Adamic blood, B blood type. And there are 2 black folk, 2 white folk, 2 red-skinned folk, and 2 Kenites, descendants of Cain. And don't forget about that now. That's how Cain's group, they were on the ark. They had to be. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him, into the ark, because of waters of the flood, of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. And the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the foundations of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And in the same self day entered Noah, and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons were with them into the ark. And they, and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up upon the earth. And the waters prevailed, were increased upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the water prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beast, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven. They were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Now this is Genesis chapter 8. And God remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark, And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged, and the fountains also of the deep, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. After the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountain of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. And in the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. He sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her in unto him into the ark. Now, the dove is a symbol of the Holy Spirit. So any of these ancient sites that you go look at all over the world, if you see a dove carved into some of the work, some of the buildings, that means they worship God there. You see a snake, a scorpion, or a dragon like Chichen Itza coming down those steps, you got a flying dragon. And then you got Orion's belt, just like at the pyramids in Egypt. You got a statue of Satan out in front of an asp, a cobra. That's all you got out there in front of those pyramids is a statue of Satan. The Sphinx is a statue of Satan. That means they worshiped Satan there at the pyramids, just like they did at Chichen Itza down in Mexico. Both of them, Orion's belt, and you got snake heads. Right there in Chichen Itza, they got the flying serpent coming down the steps, and they got snake heads coming out of the walls. So that's where they worship Satan at. Yeah. It plainly tells you, if you know what to look for at all these ancient sites, you can see exactly what happened there and why. God came back to earth 14,000 years ago, and he found a third of his children following Satan. That's Revelation 12, verse 3. And the dragon used his tail to sweep 1/3 of God's stars. We were spiritual beings then, and then God did not create flesh man until the 6th day after the Kadesh Bowl, whenever he created the Gentiles, people with the O and the A blood type. So we're going to continue on here. And he stayed yet for another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf. Pluck it off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again to him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. And Noah built an altar unto the Lord, and took out of every clean beast,